Hello everyone, it's Christina from Christina's Art Corner. How is everybody doing today? I did go ahead and film a video for you all and then I scrapped it because I felt like I was all over the place. So I'm going to start out this video with showing you the group buddy color illustrations that were done for August and my hashtags that I host. So let's go through that because I've been showing you my finished pages kind of as I go through the month. And I just want to be able to show you these and then show you the next pages that we're coloring at a couple of these. So let's start out with Spooky Coloring Adventures of Witch Cat by Sarah Shevchik. And the first one that we did for August was the title page. And if you wanted to do the animals also, you were free to do so. I wound up using alcohol markers on mine. And I'll just pull that up a little bit for you. And I did a little outline as if it's a sticker. So that was fun. And since I did go ahead and use alcohol marker on the back, I can still go over the owl here with pencil when I come back to it because I do want to do those. And I got several of you participating in this hashtag WitchCatSpooky2. So I'm going to put my book aside and show you everyone's. Everyone's is so cute and so fun, and I'm looking forward to our next page. For Spacetember, we're doing this page here with the cat and the planets and the stars, and then we have a random jellyfish on the page, but it's a real fun page. So for September, if you want to join, just go ahead and color this page and tag me, Christina's Art Corner on Instagram. We'll have fun doing this page. I haven't figured out what I want to do for the background yet, so I haven't started mine. But that is the Adventures of Witch Cat Spooky Coloring. And then in Woodland Kingdom Coloring Book by Toshiyiki Fukuda, we've had several additional people join this group on Instagram. And again, if you would like to join this group, please go ahead and notify me and let me know so I can include you. Many people are getting this book now, so it's really exciting. And I'm just going to go through some of the pages that we have done as a group so that you can see what this book looks like in case you're contemplating whether or not to get it. This was the intro page that we did. And I use a lot of alcohol markers, sometimes Arctic pencils on top. but a lot of it is alcohol markers and gel pens. And we've done these two. And the pastels work really great in the background. I do use a fixative as well. For this one, no alcohol marker. I did just do pastel and pencils. And then there's this cup with flowers. This double page spread, which we did for July, I think it was. Lots of alcohol marker. Look at all that. Oh, I did get a bleed through. Well, that's okay. That's easily fixed. And then there was this page that we did for August. And for this one, I did alcohol markers, and I also used these little gemstones to add some 3D effect on my page. And then there's a lot of glitter dots and things, gel pens in the grass. I'll show you up close. And in the balloons, see, it can look flat or shiny depending on how I hold it. Same with anything that has the gel pens on it. There's the gems on the bear's sweater. Really fun double page spread. And I'm going to show you everyone else's. Everyone's turned out so cute and so fun. We did have this area where we weren't sure what to do about this because this wasn't here, this line. So we all did something a little different with that because it was odd to see, like, the grass was here, but then there was no delineation between the sky and the grass. So we all made something different. Everybody enjoys working out of this book. It's no pressure. It's fun. You can go as minimal or extravagant as you want in this book. So it's a lot of fun. And if you do want to join, just let me know. And thank you to everyone who is in the group. It's so much fun to see your pages. And sometimes we will show the progress of our pages in the Instagram group too. Sometimes if we can't figure out what something is, we ask each other. So it's a nice little group to be in if you would like to join. Again, thank you to everyone who did. But let me just go through the rest of the book so you can see what else we have done. We did these two pages here. And then we had this balloon page, double page spread. And I never would have gotten done this many pages without the group, so I'm so grateful for the group. Here's another double page spread. And then we have this one here. Let me find the next one that we've done. Yep, it's this one. Another double page spread. They're so much fun to do, you all. So much fun. And what else do we have here? We have this one. This was an earlier one that we did. And this is the one that we're going to do for September, October. So if you would like to join in on this double page spread, please go ahead and do so. You can reach out to me. I can add you to the group. But this will be a fun page to do. And that's what we have done in this book so far. That's Woodland Kingdom coloring book. And then for my hashtag godjulallyear, I started that hashtag when this book was out. The Merry Christmas one had not released yet. And now that it has, I've kept the hashtag godjulallyear. So if you would like to go ahead and add that hashtag, if you work out of this book, feel free to do so because it's all year round. And just tag me on Instagram. So let me show you. I still have this page to finish up, and I have granulating watercolors in the background, and then Arctic pencils that I'm using, and metallic flip markers. So I have that one to finish up, and then I did this one. I'm not sure if I had shown you this one yet. I think I have, but it was inspired by Sarah Shevchik. She does backgrounds like this many times in her illustrations, her colored ones. And so I added grass, just the rock and the bird were here. And so I've added the background and the grass. And there's some glitter on there too. And this page was prepped the same as this one. So I have distress ink covered with gesso, sanded down, and that is what was underneath here. So I look forward to doing this page too. It lightens the lines already too, so that's fun as well. I used a lot of Languo gel pens also on this one, just to give a fun effect there. I still have this one to complete, and I'm going to do something in the background besides the acrylic. Let me put this back in here. And I did this one quite a long time ago when I first got the book. This was a buddy color, and I used the granulating watercolors in the background. I did struggle though as a result on what to put in the center because it had the orange and purples in it. So that's why I went blue and yellow. And I think that's what I've got going in this book so far. So again, if you want to participate in the hashtag or just use the hashtag because you have worked out of this book, please feel free to do so. And I do have a couple that I did find that used it, so I'm going to show you their pages here. I basically go through and type in hashtag godjulallyear and see, because sometimes if you're not friends following someone on Instagram, it's easy to miss that someone has done a page because you don't see the tag on your notifications. But anyway, thank you to those who did participate. And we're getting closer and closer to maybe people working out of this book if they're seasonal colorists. So yeah, have fun working out of that book. And then I want to show you what else I've been up to. I had my granddaughter over and grandson for a few days. And thank you to Candace from Happy Catastrophe. I got on Temu several of these books that she has spoken about, the 3D stickers. And it's, let me show you. Look how cute these are. So it gives you the stickers in the front, right, for the room. And then you just have a blank room and you add the stickers. This is what it looks like blank. And then you have the stickers in the front to use. And the fun thing is, yesterday we were celebrating family birthdays, and I got some additional ones of these from Temu, and we had so much fun doing them as a family. And this is one that I did. My granddaughter started it and then she passed it on to me. But it's really cute. And then this one here, my granddaughter did. And let's see if there was any others that we finished in the book. This is what they look like. And also they're perforated, so you could tear them out, put them in a journal. They're so much fun though. And in my family, we have people in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And my grandson, also 11 years old. So we all got to do it together. And it was so much fun to do. Let's see if there was any others. I sent my granddaughter home with some books as well, and I passed out a bunch to everyone yesterday so that they could take them home and do some. Here's the cake shop that my granddaughter did. How fun it is. And I think, yes, I wound up doing this pet hospital. I'll show you up close how tiny those stickers are. So I really appreciate Happy Catastrophe Candace for showing that on her channel. And I have all of these from like diamond painting kits. Also, they came some with the kits, so you can use tweezers to pull the stickers off. So this was a really, really fun project to do while my grandchildren were over. So I try to get them off the electronics, guys. And then you have a little sticker here on the sticker pages, and you can put this in a journal to show that you've done this particular one, for instance. So I thought that was neat too, to have a little journal of ones that you complete. So I wanted to show you that. I got a couple of books since we last chatted, and this is the Secrets of the Forest coloring book. I'm pretty sure Maya, Colored by Maya, showed this on her channel. I'll double check and put it down at the bottom of the screen, but I'm pretty sure it was Maya. It's a 20 magical posters book, and this book is huge. So it is 11 inches wide, and then 12, 13, almost 14 inches long. So it's a really, really big book, and it's a poster book. And it is for kids. You can tear them out. But look how cute these illustrations are. Let me make sure you can see. There we go. Look how fun. So I'm not sure what mediums I'm going to use. I know alcohol markers will probably work. Maybe we could try. Let me show you the illustrations first. There's fairy magic in the air. Let me see if I should turn down the light a little bit to see if you can see it better. Look at this unicorn. So really big pages, and I think I want to try with you what might work on it. Friendship is a superpower. How cute! So let me just try. Let me put a backing on here, and let's just try an alcohol marker to see what happens. And I think I might give it green skin just for fun, a light green. I'm going to use a Copic marker YG03, and let's see here. Let's try it out. Let's see what alcohol marker does. So how is everybody doing in September so far? I can't believe we're in September already. I've probably shot myself in the foot, pun intended, because you know I'm in a boot. But I've been desperately wanting fall to come, and it's definitely here. We have some leaves changing on the trees and cooler weather, and I'm loving it. But at the same time, it's so shocking. Where did this year go? And like I said, I have my children's birthday one day apart, 3 years and 1 day apart, in beginning of September. And then my granddaughter is a week later. The alcohol marker seems to be working fine. And then I'm going to do the hands, which kind of look like mittens, but I'm going to make them hands. Now, I don't think I would want to do an alcohol marker for this size in a background. Let's do these leaves. Let's see if I can bring another color in here. Let's see, let's do this green on the bottom and then this green here and do a little blending. Cute. Yeah, so the alcohol markers seem to work just fine. Take a look at the back in a second. There we go. There's the flowers. All right, and on the back, there's what it looks like. So I think that'll work out fine. I'm wondering how pencils may work. Do I have any? What are these? These are the Artistro. These are the Albrecht Dürer. So I could try to, yeah, pencils going right on top just fine. Yeah, that's going to work out great. So the alcohol marker gives a great base, and then you can use your pencils on top. Probably need to go a little darker. Let's see here how this one works. And then let me blend that out. Yeah, that works out well. Very well. Maybe we could try, let me see what other Albrecht Dürer pencils I have. Let's do this hat part purple. So I have this Albrecht Dürer mauve, and let's go ahead and use water and see if that works. By the way, I should have told you the illustrator on this book. It's Angelina De Sol. I'm going to put it on the edge first and then drag that color up into the hat. Go around the ear, which I should have done the elf ear. Let me just go in and do that real quick. There we go. And let me get a water brush. Yeah, this works fine too. And I'm just dragging it up. There we go. And then I could let that dry and take the Albrecht Dürer right on top. So yay, this is going to be fun. So much fun. Super stoked. Let me go ahead and put a plastic sheet over what we did so that I can close the book and show you the next. So that's Secrets of the Forest. Really, really cute book. And I got this at Barnes & Noble here in the US. And then I decided to get the Winter Wonderland because that one was so cute. And look at this Christmas tree with presents page. Snowmen. Look how adorable this one is. So adorable. Look. Oh, cute. Very whimsical and cute, and you have 20 of them. So you could really color this and give it to someone as a gift. So that's an idea too. The next one is the Cute and Christmassy Coloring Book by Stormy Design. Emma Peters is the illustrator. And we have all Christmas themed pages here. Very cute storefront. Look at the snowman and the globe. So lots of fun pages and fantastic paper. One-sided. I love this toy store. So yeah, that's what's in this one. We have a cute bird page too. So I look forward to pulling this book out for Christmas. And that's as far as I go with new books. Now what I've been working on in the Space Book by Hanna Karlzon is this page here. So I did another Sarah Shevchik type of design in the background. There was just the moon and the clouds. So I used acrylic markers, and then I also used this metallic pigment watercolor set by Lightwish, and I used this blue here, this metallic, on the moon. I'm not finished quite yet. I haven't put those finishing touches on it. But that is what I've started in this book, and then I also want to do at least, I want to do several pages if I can get them done for Spacetember. But I want to do these monsters, and I might even do this page on the back of the one I've already done, and I wanted to do the rocket ship with the cat inside. So we'll see, but that's my progress in space. And Bout de Pois by Art Therapy, Diane Dufour. I have one I want to finish with you all because I have only the lamb left, and I've shown you, and I want to finish it. So I'm going to get my acrylic marker. Let me see if I can find a cream color. Okay, let's see. Here's a Posca that I've had a while, so I don't know if it's going to have enough juice. But we're going to give it a try. Oh, that should be all right. All right, let's see. Let's start putting some color. on this lamb. Let's see, let me go in here. I'll get some white in here too. I also want to get in some pink for the inside of the ear. I think I might want to do, where's my Posca? Let me go underneath with the tan color. And then on the tail, the back sides of the legs. And then I'm going to want to do some white. Just give some hair flicks. Get some of this peachy underneath the ear. I don't think I'm going to do the whole lamb with the Posca because it's already white. But we'll give some flicking action. There we go. Okay, looking better. Cute. I think I may have to cover these lines. Give some white flicks for that. Okay, and then I think I want to do a glaze pen for the hoofs. There. Now it can be finished. Our little lamb is all done. All done. That's all I had to do on that page for a long time. So we'll put this one out to dry. Let me just put these back real quick. Then on this Panda book by Lulu Mayo, I have this to go. So I think what I want to do is color in. I'm going to use some luminance on another page that I'm using that I'll show you here in a minute. And I'm just going to start getting the clothing done on the panda's clothes in the washing machine. I am using in luminance the 533 and 041 and 542. My eyes cannot see the names of the pencil colors. All right, so that looks cute. And then I can do, let's see, let me do the insides, the dark orange on this pattern. And then let's use, I think actually this one is butterscotch. And maybe the other one is apricot. All right, and then I'm going to use the dark color to go over one more time. And I think I'll do that. The strap to the overall, and then I'm going to use the medium tone on the bottom of this half moon crescent. Did anyone see the blood orange moon last night? My daughter told me that was happening, but I think I went outside too late to see it because I think it happens right as the moon is making its rise in the sky. Okay, so that's what I'm going to wind up doing with this page, and then I should be able to be finished off. I have a few more details in here that I'm going to want to do, and then I need to do this pipe here. The rest is the black and white pandas, which I won't touch. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and use the luminance pencil, so I'm going to write that down. So when I come back to finish it, I know what I'm using. Put a star next to it. But I think that will look nice. I think I'm probably going to make a shadow right beside the washi tape that I've used. I don't think I have one of my green luminance out to show you, but I'm going to do a shadow and maybe on both sides. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do there. Yeah, otherwise I think it's turning out cute. I have a little work to do inside the pink area as well. And then I'm not sure if I'll use some glitter pens or not. It probably doesn't really need it, but we'll have to see. But those luminance pencils work great. All right, so that's another whip I'm going to get finished. And then in Rita Berman's Hidden Seasons coloring book, I started this page here. And I used the Yarka St. Petersburg Watercolors, Calero Metallic Watercolor splatters. And I think I might use Albrecht Dürer for, in fact, I have the two that I used on the poster page that I could try out, although I wanted a little more olive color. I have some random pencils in here that I need to put back in their case. Let's see, that's an Albrecht Dürer. That's an Albrecht Dürer. This is an Albrecht Dürer. Let's try out the combination of these. So I have the pine green, and this one is the leaf green, and this is grass green. So let's try this over here and see what we come up with. All right, how do I want to do this? I think I'll do... Let me go ahead and put the darkest down the center here. And then let me go in with the mid-tone and the light. And then I'm going to go dark on the edge of this one. And then pull the light there. And I'm just going to go over that dark a little more. So I already do have watercolor on this, so let's see what happens when I go over it. Let me just stick this under here a little bit. Make sure you can see this okay. Now I want to go light to dark with the water. And then go on the lighter side there. And then get to the dark. So that works out pretty well. I like how that turned out. And then I can go in and I can shade a little more with dry Albrecht Dürer. And that'll work out real nicely. I can even take my brush to the pencil and darken up this area here. Let's do that. The next color and the next one, the grass green. Yeah, that works out great. Those are the ways I use my Albrecht Dürer. I either do it directly on, or I go ahead like my Neocolor 2s and wet the pencil, and then I can use them dry after these are dry. I can use them dry to get any more shadow or highlight. So that's how I'm going to finish up the rest of this double page spread. I'm going to use the Albrecht Dürers. And I think that will turn out fun. I love all the splatters. But there's the leaf. Yeah. So that's good. We got a little bit done on that, so you can see what I'm doing there. And I also want to write down that I'm using my Albrecht Dürer. And I'm going to write down the pencils too. Leaves. Pine green. And then leaf green. And then grass green. Okay. All right, that works. And then what else have I been in? Okay, so this Le Pays de Merveille, have no idea if I'm saying that right. Peggy Nell. I have this page. It's very faint on camera. It's a little darker in person, but I have this background here that I did with some watercolors. So there's a little bit of like lavender and like blue. I think you could see it there. Let me zoom you out a little bit. So I think I might use Inktense or Neocolor 2s for these balloons. I've chosen a palette. Let me just see about the 50th anniversary curated sets. If there's, well, those pastels are fun, but I don't think that they're really going to come out bright enough. We have some others we can choose from. Let's see, we have these. That's super bright. I just used a couple of those on a page I'm going to show you too. These are kind of cool. Probably more greens, although we do have a lot of leaves. But that gives me a purple, a blue, some other blues for balloons. We can see that as a consideration. Did I already look at this one? I've already forgotten. Yeah, no. Well, I could. I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling that one. Let me check this last one. Yeah, I think I like this one, the more muted. Yeah, I think we'll go with the muted one. So, shall we try it out? Should we give it a go? I think we should. Okay, so for leaves, I have this olive brown, which is not a special edition color. And I think I might want to go ahead and just take it off of the tip here to start out with and see if I like it. Let me zoom you in a little bit so you can see. Yeah, that will work as a good base if I continue that. And then I can do the other green as well. Once this has dried, to give it a little variation. Yeah, I think that will work out well to do that. Okay, and now we have, what are these kinds of fruits? Are these? Well, are they apples or oranges? This is the Crimson Alizarin hue, and I'm just going to go light. And then build. By the way, I don't get hung up on making sure that things are like realistic in pages. I gave up on that a long time ago because I like the fun colors, you know, so yeah. I think this will look nice. I like that they did these curated sets. I do hope that they make the special edition colors available someday so people can get these without the new colors, without having to buy the curated sets. But I enjoy the curated sets because when you lack the inspiration for a color palette, sometimes this really works. And then we have this purpley color, and I'm going to try this. This is a special edition color, and it's the dark garnet. Let me get my water flow going here. And let's just do this balloon here. I'm going to go darker on the edges and then lighter in between. Let's do another one. Yeah, I think that's gonna look nice. And I like that we're gonna have the watercolor effect since I did that in the background. Just gonna put a little bit more dark in the center. Yeah, that's gonna look nice. I'm going to enjoy that. So we have Payne's Gray, Sepia, Olive Brown, Zinc Ochre, Brown, the Crimson Alizarin, Moss Green, we have Gray, And then these two special edition colors, the dark garnet and caput mortem. And I think I'll probably do that caput mortem like every other on this balloon. Yeah, that'll give me a start anyway on the color palette, and then I can choose pencils. Oops, pencils after that. Let me go ahead and write down. Let me write down what I'm using. I started doing this in the last couple of months where I'll just go ahead and use a wax paper and then a notepad that I'm trying to use up. And let's see, I had watercolor background and then special edition Neocolor 2s. And numbers 508, 407. You can keep that together. So that is in this book here. So that'll be a first double page that I'm working on in this book. And then I started in my Galaxy Girls book. And I started this page. This one here. So we have our Galaxy Girl with galaxy hair. I used alcohol markers. I put a washi tape in the back to keep the perforation from coming undone. And I've created an acrylic cloud here, which I probably need to, let's see if I have. I do. I need to go ahead and do another layer. This is my Transin acrylic marker that I've mentioned. It's dual tip, so you have a dotting tip and then a brush tip. And I'm just going to give this another layer. As she's sitting on a cloud. And I'll probably have to do one more layer after that. I had wound up doing black Copic marker, and that's why I'm having to go over, because I realized, hey, she needs to be sitting on a cloud. So I had to create this. So yeah, I just have to, I've used the Jelly Roll Moonlight. I don't have it out, but it's the yellow Jelly Moonlight. So that's what the stars are. I'll have to go over one more time because it was picking up the alcohol marker. And I may go in with colored pencils on her skin because it looks a little bit mottled and I'm not super happy with it. And then I need to detail the planets. But I'll show you. And of course you're seeing with the acrylic marker, the it's like a gloss effect. Like that you can't tell. But that you can. And that's just the lighting. So yeah, I'm enjoying how she's turned out. I did a little bit of a galaxy pattern in her hair, of course. I need to make her headband stand out, otherwise it's blending too much into her hair. So I will do that probably with pencils. But that's how this one is looking so far. So I have that one to finish, and I'll probably do some pencil work on her shirt and pants. Well, that one is turning out fun. And then Tales from City Among the Stars by Hanna Karlzon. And I'm doing this double page spread here. So I've used Neocolor 2s in the really all over except for the horses. It's all Neocolor 2s. And then I used the Jelly Roll Moonlight on the yellow that you see here. And so I decided to do a purple horse, a turquoisey blue, and a yellow orange horse. And what I've been doing is in my luminance pencils, let me get out my color combos so you can see, and in case you might want to use them, let me make sure I've got them all. Let me put my Jelly Roll back. Okay, so for the turquoise I have been using this combo here. So this is the, let me try to read them. This is Ice Blue, that Crystal, I can't read it, I'm so sorry. But it's the 671 pencil, and then the turquoise blue, which is 171. So I have 185, 671, and 171 that I'm using. And what I decided to do is for the blue horse, do some of its turquoise blue in the mane, and then use the other colors from the horses inside their manes. And so let's go ahead and do one, and I will show you here. All right. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put, let me find where this goes. Yeah. I'm putting my darker color at the base. On the edge. Let me get you closer so you could actually see. So I'm going along the edge. And then I'm going to take my medium color, well actually, I take my lightest color and go on the opposite so that that color is there already, so that I don't ruin my highlight color. And then I go in with the mid-tone up against the dark. And then I'm going to take my dark color again and redefine it along this edge here. Go back into my mid-tone and go along that edge again. And then take my lightest color and start bringing that from the edge in. And there we have it. And sometimes I just do one more on the dark end just to get that edge done. Let's do a different color combo. Let's do a purple. So for the purples, I'm using violet, which is 120, and the quinacridone, quinacridone purple, which is 115, and then the ultramarine violet, which is 630. And I'm so sorry that my eyes can't see better so that I can also like see what I'm trying to pronounce. Yeah. Anyway, and I want to keep my purples away from the sky here since that's predominantly purple. So why don't we do one here? I'm going to go with my darkest purple edge here and bring that all the way down. And I'm going to go with my lightest on the edge here and establish that highlight. And then I'm going to go down the center with my mid-tone. Which I'm going to go light on the first time around. And then bring my darkest and go a little heavier and go with my lightest on the edge, heavier, and then my mid-tone down the center, and then one more layer of each. To blend that out. Let's do a, let's see, let's do a purple one on the turquoise horse. So if I have my lightest color up here, I try to go then with the next color, the darker, so that I have light and darks next to each other instead of a dark and dark. And then I'm going to go light up on the edge. It's a little easier than me like coloring lightly, just to go ahead and almost do an outline like old style children's coloring. It just makes it easier for me anyway. And then I'm going to go take my mid-tone down the center, going closer to the darker color to not take away the highlight. I'm going to go back with my darker and then go with the light and start blending that edge. And then take my medium color, pull that back into the blend. Okay, hopefully you could see that, but there it looks nice. So I'm going to continue doing that, and then I haven't decided on the wings. I wonder if you all could comment what you think I should do about the wings. I was thinking I could do a light gray and then do an iridescent metallic over top. My pink blend, by the way, is a Luminance 350 purplish red with a Caran Pablo in Granite Rose. Those are the two pinks. And then for my orange, I have quite a few here, but the main ones I'm using is the dark cadmium orange 533, and then this one here is the orange 30. This one is the apricot 41, and then I switch between the butternut and the lemon yellow, which is lemon yellow is 240 and the butternut's 542, depending on what kind of blend. Like I used the yellow, the lemon yellow in this horn, and I did not use it in these two, so that I can give myself a little bit of variation. So yeah, I love how it's turning out. It's a nice bright page and lots of fun to do. So there you go, that's that one. So that is Tales from the City Among the Stars by Hanna Karlzon. And then I started a page in Cozy Spaces by Rita Prince, and that's this page here. And for this page I used alcohol markers predominantly. And then I have some acrylic markers. I need to go in with some pencil shading. And then I think that this one will be done. I have some of the cloud area. I was trying to get away without having to shade, but I do. I need to shade some of the clouds, maybe a little like a blue-gray on the bottoms and in the like definitive areas of where the circular cloud is. I just used a Languo gel pen and I don't think it's enough. And then I needed to find my planets, and with her hair I wanted it to be colorful. And this here, I made a glow on her jacket, and then I was making her socks purple and pink and her shoes purple. So this one is turning out fun too. I just need to finish it up basically. And then that one will be finished out of Rita Prints. And then in 50 Space Themed Miniatures by Camellia Angel Kova, I started this page here with alcohol markers and acrylic markers. And basically I just created this gray background, and I used several different grays to create this tree effect, and also some like grassy areas. And I'm going to pencil shade these two parts of our creature, and then I'm going to make some colorful areas in these black floating bubbly dots. And then I used neons, neon acrylic markers, and the neon ahuhus, such as this one here, this V320, sorry, the FY050 is a fluorescent, but I use those, I don't know, oh, here they are, sorry, here, I have my canister of what I'm using for this one. So I've used the fluorescent ahuhus, these three colors here, and I've used the Art fluorescent acrylic markers. Haven't gone in with the white Posca, but I have it here to use it. And the orange that I used was a Copic marker for the little guy. And then I used a Art red, the R218. Here's the Moonlight gel pen I was looking for. But I wound up using the Art acrylic. I started out with the Moonlight, but it wasn't enough to cover the lines. And I just did a fun design here with dots inside these stars. I need to do the stems. I need to do this one and do the shading. And I also need to, let's put the pupil in, because that will help pull the eye together a little bit. I don't like that tip. Let's go for a different one. Let me try my Copic. This one is drying out. Let me go with the other Copic. I've been needing to replace some of my marker, like get a refill. None of my blacks are doing too good. Do I have a black in here? Maybe this one? Because I used it for the dots. Okay, and then this one here. There we go. I wonder what color I should use for the eyes. Should I use, I was thinking about using the red, but that might look too. Let's just use this fluorescent. Why not? That's fun. Okay, and then That's looking cute. I like that. In fact, I might go over these orange spots with this fluorescent because I think it looks cuter than that orange. Yeah, I like that better. In fact, I might use that on the rest of the body. Let's go ahead and do it while we're together. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video of me showing you what I've been working on and some finished pages from August. I truly can't believe how quickly September came. Yeah, I think that looks better for sure. So that's what I'm doing in 50 Space Themed Miniatures by Camellia Angel Kova. I think it's gonna look really cute in the end. Like I said, I'm gonna brighten up these black spots, like make them magical. And I think I want to go a shade just a little bit darker for some of the grass here down at the bottom on the gray. And then I should be good to go for this page. On the stems, I got to figure out what color I want to use for the stems. Yeah. All right. Well, again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I wanted to bring you into my space and let you see what I have been coloring, and I've gotten quite a few pages started and intend on finishing those and then starting to work on others. I was gonna give you a video of the fall pages that I've picked, but I figured since I've already shown you my Halloween and Spacetember that I'd actually show you some coloring that I'm doing rather than hit you with another proposed pages that I'm gonna do. You all have a great week, and I hope that your coloring is relaxing and fun for you to do. And I will see you all for the video where I'm going to do the watercolor page from Which Color Do You Like? So that will be coming this month. I can't guarantee which day I'm going to do it, but I'm hoping to do this week. So you all take care, and I'll see you soon. Happy coloring. Bye-bye.